Thinking of going with Tiffany this time. Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day. And if you're not, I hope it gets a little more awesome soon.
What in the fuck is happening?
Oh, stealth characters sticking together. Tiffany Deb combo. That's a good idea, right? Couple stealth characters just sticking together. Hey, she left the spray behind. I'll take it. Still not going to explore the same house, because that would be pointless. Would not be getting nearly as much work done as exploring different ones, obviously. Yeah, as much as I joked about the stealth characters staying together, I always hate when people complain when I'm playing as, like, a non-stealth character, such as Vanessa, and everybody's like, oh, why are you running near the stealth characters? Like, I don't care. You know, why should I? Just because I'm, like, not as much of a stealthy character at the time, I should just avoid ones that are. I mean, eventually you have to go into certain houses, you know? But yeah, right now I am playing as a stealth character, obviously. Generally, AJ and Tiffany are the stealthiest characters I usually play as. Though I rarely play as AJ anymore because of low luck. And the low stamina. Of course, Tiffany has low luck too. That's why I usually prefer Victoria. She's got a really sweet mix of stamina and speeds I like sometimes. Plus, she's got the cutest outfits. I love the muffin shirt, for example. The actual font and the way the colors are mixed together are just so 80s. So wonderfully 80s. Looks like so many great movie logos and stuff from back then. A hard time breathing. Allergies have been rough lately. car's already repaired. They're already escaping in it. Wow. Interesting. I don't even know where it is. It hasn't completely escaped yet, but I get the feeling it's probably just now about to. Is it Deborah who keeps talking? Yeah, I think it is.
Copy on mineral therapy. 10-4-97.
Coffee aromatherapy. Looks like everybody's going for that gas at the same time. Ooh, I want the baseball bat. Screw the gas. I mean, yeah, repairing the two-seater would be a good idea, but it's only going to take 2 of us out. And there's currently 4 of us walking around here. So, yeah. Since they seem to know each other, I probably won't be in the bunch. I won't even bother.
Got it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Unless I get the keys, in which case I'm totally driving off without them. No, I'm kidding. I'll take one of them. Hey, Melee Attack 09. Hope you're having an awesome day, sweetheart. And if you're not, I hope it gets a little more awesome soon. Look, another bat. Hey, look, Tiffany has one. Yeah, my day's going pretty good. Looks like Tiffany's is going really good too. Look at that. But yeah, my day is going pretty good. Let's see here. Everybody's waiting in that one house down there. For the cops to arrive. I guess I'll go there too. Trying to finish repairing that one car is not necessary. I was totally gonna do it. Just for the fun of it. But I'll just go down here instead. Wait for the cops. Got a minute left. gonna stop and get the stamina before I start panting over here too loudly. Hey, Deborah. Some 3 people already escaped. And the 4-seater. Two-seaters are paired, just didn't have keys. Alright, I'm going to guess the left side. Nope, right side. I was wrong. That's good though, because I'm closer to the right side. Just a little bit closer to the right side. I see you, Roy. I'm just gonna walk right around you. Bye. Look at this! That is funny. He's trying to hit me as I'm leaving. That was cute. That was really cute. Oh. I'm just dancing away. Yeah, right? You totally failed. I like how the Debras have almost matching sweaters. They're close, but not exactly the same. Very similar pattern. Wow, that running in place is really weird. She's got like gravity going against her somehow. Like all of a sudden gravity became like omnidirectional and pushed her from a different direction. I love both of those sweaters, to be honest, and Mitch's little lime green outfit here. I like how, like, a lot of the other counselors have got it clipped at waist height, and Mitch is all like, nah, I'm gonna have this flashlight right up here at my shirt. It's a little cooler up here. Clip it in my little pocket. Hey, they met up. They both have flare guns, how cute. They're both repair characters, they make a nice little couple. They've already got something in common. Just go around repairing cars all day. And fuse boxes. They both have firecrackers too, that's adorable. Like I said, they're the perfect couple here. Matching firecrackers, matching flare guns, matching high repair skills. Just dancing away together. It's super cute. That is super cute. He killed nobody. You know he's mad. Jason didn't kill anything but time. That was really cute, the Mitch and Deborah couple. It was a really fun match, despite the fact that Jason really didn't kill anybody. So yeah, as you can see for Tiffany, I use the perk to avoid stumbling, which is spatial awareness, and I use thick skin and medic, which I use medic on like everybody because I like being able to have twice the first aid sprays. Really helps out a lot of the time. So many times when I'm not using it, I'm like, man, I wish I just have one more first aid spray. I could not be limping right now. You know, because you step in a trap or climb out a broken window or get hit with a random knife. And of course, because Tiffany's such a fast character, that's why I run spatial awareness on her. I'm constantly going to be running, so I definitely want to avoid stumbling too much. Pack a neck large, that's rare. Most of the time when I get pack a neck, it's a small variant. You know, it's actually been a really long time since I've seen part 6. Like, and I played this game every day for hours and hours at a time. I hadn't seen a part 6
What am I
Jason
gonna
in a
do?
while. It's always part 3, part 2. You see a lot of Savinis nowadays. Not as rare as it used to be. But part 6, you just don't see as much. It's not a bad Jason. The added shift is pretty good. Hey, Care! Yeah, everything's going good, honey. Definitely. And I hope everything's going well over there too, sweetheart. Hope you're having an awesome Thursday. And if you're not, I hope it gets a little more awesome soon. Everybody runs in here looking for that one gun. I'd prefer a bat anyway, but in the early game, it's still good to have something. Any weapon. Would this house be one of the houses that's good to set on the outside of? Probably not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Fudge it. If they don't like it, then don't step in it. I gotta go make sure I lock that door though, just in case. And of course, not step in it myself. If I'd have tapped that, that would have been funny. Just walked right through. Ouch. Yeah. They're more useful on the outside like that, for sure. Plus, they're actually less often stepped in by counselors on the outside than they are on the inside. I say that and somebody stepped in it. I think Bugsy down there just stepped in it. Everybody left. Again. Interesting. 2 matches in a row where nobody dies. One because Jason just couldn't kill anybody, and that one because Jason decided he didn't want to kill anybody.
So you were married before?
Having sex was more important. I want you all to know something. Having sex was more important.
It often is.
I did kill him. Having sex. He was 10 years old yesterday. Having sex was Mommy.
Mrs. Voorhees, what's going...
And yeah, that voice you hear at the end there, that's totally Lee from The Walking Dead. Yeah, Dave Fennoy, the voice actor who voiced Lee in The Walking Dead. He was also in the Minecraft Telltale game as well. It's basically Lee from the Walking Dead game, like the Telltale Games Walking Dead game. So yeah, I don't mean to confuse anybody because I know that there's a show and a comic, and it's like, oh yeah, which one, right? But yeah, Lee from the Walking Dead game. Yeah. Like, you just imagine him saying Clementine. You're like, oh yeah, that's totally him. I loved the first Walking Dead season. It was a really good game. Second one was pretty good too. It got a lot of hate, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. At that point, the show wasn't exactly spectacular either. It's more procedural than anything. Like, watch it because there's nothing else on that's as good anyway. At the time, anyway. That was before I discovered Game of Thrones, though, so... Yeah, the first one was awesome, for sure. I actually bought them twice over, once on the 360 and once on the Xbox One. Just because I love the Telltale game so much. Yeah, I heard that about Rick. Even though I haven't been keeping up with The Walking Dead, I still managed to hear that. It's weird, because I lost track after the last few seasons. I still gotta catch up. I'm just going to binge watch. I'm about to do the same thing with Game of Thrones, because I'm 3 seasons behind on Game of Thrones, and at least as many behind on Walking Dead. 2 or 3 seasons for both. Same thing with Better Call Saul. I gotta catch up with Better Call Saul. That was a good show too. Hey, sweetheart. Lurk. Alright, baby. Always good seeing you here.
What am I gonna do?
Free chat only. You can't hear me is what you're saying? Oh. Let me try to type it out then. There we go. Sorry for standing still, everyone. Oh yeah, no, totally not holding on to this battery. No. That is Tiffany. That's another character I totally want, but... I think he was just hitting the power. Either that or he's just using stalk, expecting me to climb out the window. I'll give it 1 minute just in case. Just to be on the safe side. Alright, he's definitely not around anymore. That's true, we probably wouldn't have stalked this early. I don't know why I thought about that. He either got distracted or just didn't sense me in the house to begin with. Make sure, yeah, I haven't checked this house yet. Always look for that lock, even though it doesn't really matter now, because they don't show the lock. Never mind to set the traps, right? That's true. I always make sure I trap the fuse box first, then the car. Well, actually the shack first, because, you know, you come out of the shack, so that's always the first one. If you're playing this part 2, has extra traps for the shack. So honestly, I think it's always a priority, even if you don't have extra traps for it. At least when you're playing against a team that knows what they're doing. Since you can never really be too sure, you don't want to get killed as Jason, I say trap the shack for sure. Here's the fuse. I always thought it'd be funny if you could take the fan blade and use that as a propeller. That'd be great. I love Richard Jason's music. By the way, Retro Jason, I've got thick skin, honey. So I can climb out this window anytime I want. Oh, which way you want to go? You can go your own way. Go your own way. Bye-bye, Jason. Oh yeah, getting killed as Jason is super embarrassing. People get so salty about it. Oh my gosh. They send the worst hate mail when you kill them as Jason. It's hilarious. It's because Jason's supposed to be this unstoppable killer, so for him to get killed, yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. It's not hard to kill Jason, though, if you're my coordinated team. Easily knock his mask off. Fudge! I need a first aid spray. At least for the time being, I can count on this trap over here to take care of it. Oh, your poor little ankle. Thick skin should keep me safe for climbing over that. Even though I'm limping. Otherwise, it would not be a good idea while you're limping. Or he's shifting, so I'm gonna do this. See that? That's how you avoid getting shift grab when you're limping. You just quickly start combat stance dodging as soon as he shifts. Highly recommend learning that tactic if you're ever limping. Of course, when you're limping, it's almost game over at that point anyways, but still. Keeps you alive a little longer, and if you can get a spray, keeps you alive the rest of the match. No, you bastard. You always rage quit? I've never rage quit. Actually, I take that back. I did rage quit once as Jason, but never got killed. I never rage quit when I was getting killed, put it that way. I rage quit one time when I was being trolled by a guy with a bat, long before I started streaming. I was playing as Part 4, and I was getting so super frustrated. Because when they first changed the grab. Because when they first changed the grab, it was a little annoying to get used to. I'm used to it now. I'm totally used to it. Like, if I want to play as Jason now, I can do that and still feel comfortable. But when it first came out, that grab was a pain. People would so take advantage of it. And I still do. I do it myself. I do it to Jasons all the time, so I can't complain about the chat with the bat, because I'm usually playing Victoria with the bat, trolling Jasons doing the same thing, so. You wait for them to whiff that grab and then smack them, and it does feel good. When you get that timing right, it's very easy to do. Especially with Swift Attacker and Sucker Punch. So right now I'm running Thick-Skinned and Thick-Skinned and Medic and Spatial Awareness. Spatial Awareness is always good for looping them around furniture and stuff. Kill him? Let's see. We do have one girl in the match, Deborah. As long as she stays alive, that's an option. I wish I had an axe though, because I could knock his mask off. I mean, you can do it with the bat. It's not as likely though.
Help! Oh God!
Not as likely to happen as using a machete or an axe. Usually the bat breaks long before it can knock the mask off.
You like that, asshole?
Do ya? Do ya, Jason? Oops, saw that coming. Very predictable. A lot of Jasons get upset and try throwing a knife at close range, hoping that it'll hit. You always gotta stay prepared for that, like I just did. It's funny though how they get raged and they're just like, oh, I'm just gonna throw this at you. Oh, hey!
Oh my
I already was mostly at full health, but that's totally cool. I was at like 80%. That was super sweet of you, Deborah. You wanna go kill him, honey? We can go kill him if you want. We need to go get the axe and everything. Get her the sweater from the shack. Be down there in the southeast region.
Oh my god! What happened?
I could take the fuse. Hey, another knife. You want that, Deborah? You can take it. Alright, I'll take it. She totally should have that one. Hey, no!
Just
Leave
die!
Deborah alone. Oh gosh, we're both healing her at the same time. Hey, wait. Oh, his mask is still on. Just look for a second there like it wasn't. Because you can't see any bands in the back of it on Retro Jason.
Oh God! Yeah! Fuck you, Jason! Help! Oh God!
I need a machete. No, I don't want the pipe. Is there a machete in here? Guess I can't knock his mask off with just the bat. I control him with the bat though. That's always fine. Forgot to set my timer this match. I don't know how much longer this match has. I usually set a timer at the beginning to see exactly how long it has to the end. That way I know whether to go for running the timer out or going for an objective. But yeah, every time I do set a timer, I realize that the game's time runs a little bit slower than real time. So if you set like a 20-minute timer, the game will always be about 20 seconds or so longer. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. The clock runs a little unpredictable in this game. Chad looks hilarious, of course. There's a machete. I'm trying to get his mask off. Oh, Deborah's dead. Never mind. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. We're not gonna be able to kill him. I should have stuck with Deborah. Lol. Chad just over here dancing.
This just can't be happening.
This can't be happening. We're the last two laps. Jason's terrified of us for some reason. We don't have a sweater, girl. I get the feeling Chad could dance like this forever. Oh yeah, look at his shadow on the wall dancing. Not sure what Jason's up to. Perhaps he's just really terrified of this Tommy Chad combo over here. Chad's face scares you too. Deborah looks really creepy when she's covered in blood. Like, if you see Deborah covered in blood, she's got like a scary, really scary looking face. Of course, I guess anybody covered in blood is pretty creepy looking, but something about Deborah in particular, when she's covered in blood, just looks psycho. This is a fun game. Look at Jason in the back. Here he comes. Finally. It's hilarious just to see him out the window out there, just running around. What is he doing? Oh. This is the weirdest match ever. I wish Tommy had dances right now. Considering that's about all one can do. Waiting on Jason to actually do something. Let's just sit here and enjoy the fire, I guess. Suddenly this becomes like an ASMR stream. Everybody's just listening to the rain and watching the fire. Well, this is romantic, Chad. Someday we're gonna look back and be glad we had evenings like these, sitting by this fire together, in the rain, bouncing across the roof, creating that romantic atmosphere. One day we'll look back at this moment and say, yeah, that was wonderful. Finally. Me and Chad had a moment. 2 minutes remaining, Jason. You are really wasting time.
No!
Oh, he's desperate. He's going for slashes.
Yeah!
Leave
Fuck
Chad
you,
alone.
Jason!
Slash this. Where the actual fudge did he go?
That's my good boy. Mommy has a reward for you. Come home, sweetie.
Yeah, Mommy's disappointed in you. Seemed he was terrified of the Tommy Chad combo there. Whoa! The music coming back for a second was a nice touch. Now I miss it. Now that I heard it again for a second, I really miss that music. I want it back. I sent them a friend request. Had a lot of fun playing with that Chad. I still need to pick up the new Mega Man games. Totally interested in it because I love Mega Man. I've had those games, played all those games since I was a kid. Of course, 9 and 10 were super hard. So I imagine 11's going to be pretty hard too. Favorite was 3. 2 was pretty good too, but favorite is 3. What system is it for? I'm pretty sure it's a multiplayer. Let me check. Yeah, Mega Man 11's on Windows, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One.
What in the fuck is happening?
I prefer a bat. I'll take the machete for now, just for the fear reduction. It doesn't have nearly as much stun chance, so I wouldn't really bother with it, unless I had someone else with the machete trying to get his mask off at the same time. If you have 2 people with machetes, oh yeah, you'll totally get his mask off in no time, especially if you both have high strength or good perks. Could increase the damage. Such as, of course, Friendship, or the Slugger perk also increases melee damage. If you combine Friendship, Slugger, and Thrasher, then basically that means that Axe will be super, super damaging if you're around other counselors, and will get the mask off in no time. That was not a combination I like. I prefer combinations that, you know, give you a little bit of a defensive advantage, too. That's why I like Thick Skin, Medic Hypochondriac, and basically anything where you throw in Medic. Having 2 uses out of each spray is totally important, I mean, because then you got like a whole inventory slot extra. Instead of having to pick up 2 sprays, you got 2 for every 1 inventory slot of sprays, so that's useful in more ways than one. And of course, if Jason likes to break windows, then you can get a ton of sprays and be all set. Speaking of sprays, let's grab this right here. Hi, Savini. I bet you think you're my first Savini after 830 hours? No. Not as rare as you used to be, Savini, sadly. Oh, wow. Actually dodged that shot really well. I give him props for that. Most Jasons would not have seen it coming. That's okay. I'm not using Swift Attack right now, so that's probably one of the reasons that didn't work out as well. I gotta remember that. I turned off Swift Attacker because I was using the Stumble Reduction one for trolling him around the table. Because when you're trolling him around the table, then having less stumbles is definitely what you want. The spatial awareness. Why am I looking at Kenny's hairy chest? Oh right, because he's the one about to die. He just pooped out firecrackers. Now what would have been even better is if he died and then pooped out firecrackers that were actually going off at the time. That would have been pretty interesting. I would have liked to have seen that. Look at this!
I'm doing
It's
this
that
right.
bug. Oh, heart attack. Never died of a heart attack. Probably because the fact that she was running while injured. But yeah, that's a weird bug. Sometimes you can run while injured. It's like right after you get the injury, if you run, you're still able to run. It's like as soon as you get the attack that makes you limp, you can still keep going. You can quickly push the sprint button. It's a rare bug, but when it does happen, it looks funny. It's the only way them running and holding their arm at the same time like that. I'm almost glad that I died this round just to highlight that bug. It's so rare. I never really get to talk about it because when it happens, it's usually happening to me. And at that point, I'm just too happy for the fact that I can run even though I'm limping to say anything about it. In that case, I got to actually talk about it a little bit. It's an interesting bug. It's almost like if there was a bug that allowed Jason to walk through windows. Could you imagine? That would be a horrible bug, too. Insanely game-breaking. Well, if that bug was more common and counselors could run all the time when they were injured, it would be pretty game-breaking, too, I guess. Tommy's thinking about those life jackets. Don't do it, Tommy. You'll never make it out in time. Could you imagine if that was actually an option? To just try and swim out? That would have been funny. Like you would make a ton of noise, but still, you know, it could be like an option available from the beginning. And Jason's would all be trapped in the house that had him that. There's more charcoal briquettes. See, this Jason knows to block, too. I tell people, if you block as Jason, you won't get trolled as often. This was a Bugsy with a bat. High-strength character with a bat that would have totally messed up Jason's day, but he blocked. And that's why blocking is important. As Jason, anyway. As a counselor, it's kind of, you know, it's iffy as a counselor. I don't really know if blocking as a counselor ever really helps that much. It kind of does. But it's not worth it as a counselor. It's usually better just to evade attacks as a counselor, but as Jason, definitely block. The cool thing about Jason's block that not a lot of people know about is that it has a 360-degree radius. So if Jason is blocking, he's not just blocking the people ahead of him, he's also blocking everybody around him from being able to hit him too. Yeah, that's why Jasons who block, they don't get trolled as often. If you know to block a lot and to do stock shift grabs, then you won't get trolled at all. Counselors never see stock shift grabs coming. It's always cheap when it happens to you because it comes out of nowhere. But, you know, when you're Jason, you know, you do what you gotta do. Friday the 13th is free on PS now. There's a lot of newcomers on there on PlayStation. Interesting. Yeah, I heard a few people mention that it went free. I hadn't really thought about just if there's going to be a lot of influx of new players on there.
Oh my god.
But it makes sense. Kind of makes me wish I had PlayStation, because I'd be able to play with, like, everybody then. Because it's, you know, everybody who has a PlayStation anyway. Because of the fact that it's free on there. I always kind of wished I had a PlayStation 4 anyways, because they are cute. They are definitely cute. The controllers are cute, the systems are cute, they got a cute GUI, for sure. Wish we could play together. Oh, I wish we could play together too, sweetheart. I know the next generation PlayStations are something I'm definitely interested in. I was looking at what's going into the PlayStation 5s, and it sounded really good. So, like, okay, this is a formidable console. It's gonna have some really powerful insides. Why are you not willing to grab the knife? Okay. I was really confused watching this. I think Tommy is too. I'm not sure Tommy even knows what he's doing here. I've never felt so, I don't know, disoriented watching a counselor. Just walk a little, stop a little, walk. Hey, found the tape. Good for Tommy. Take it, Tommy. What is he doing? You've got space, Tommy. It's a tape. You've always got space for tapes. Wow. Did they think it was going to take inventory space or something? That was strange. New Spider-Man game is amazing. I keep hearing good things about it. I definitely should rent it up at Gamefly sometime. I've got to restart my Gamefly, because I canceled it for a while because, well, this is all I play. Friday the 13th, I play this every day now, so... Rarely have time to play anything else, sadly. It's only for PS4. Oh, interesting.
Please, no! Ah!
Yeah, I definitely need to get one eventually. When Jason was zigzagging just now, totally reminded me of the game Centipede or Millipede, where, you know, where it just kind of snakes around and the zigzags and the snakes around.
Please, no! Ah, damn it, no!
Because he was zigzagging, but he was closer at the same time. It looked funny. Be right back, you're buying dinner instead of cooking. Oh, awesome! Yeah, you deserve a break, sweetheart.
Help! Oh God! Oh God! No! Ah!
You thought I was gonna say human centipede? Oh no! No. That would be a very different video game. That would not be a video game I would want to play. That would totally not be one that would have in the arcade. That would be awful. Imagine just sitting there trying to eat your lunch and there's a human centipede machine going in the arcade. Oh God. Your back hurts? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, sweetheart. Scariest movie ever. Grossest movie ever. I only saw it like one time and I was like, I'm never gonna watch that again. That is so gross.
That's my good boy. Mommy has a reward for you. Come home, sweetie.
You wanted to stop watching but couldn't? Like, I wish I could go back in time and stop myself from watching The Human Centipede. Like, I wish Dr. Sam Beckett could quantum leap back in time to the point where I watched Human Centipede and just hit the stop button. And yes, I'm totally going to make quantum leap references until somebody gets them. Say, right? Like, I could have totally made a Back to the Future reference. Something people actually get. Doctor Who. There's all kinds of time machines people get, but no, I go for Quantum Leap. I do love that show, though. I love Doctor Who, too, though. Back to the Future. Definitely a good show. Definitely a good show and a good movie. Series. And good Telltale game. That's another reason I'm sad about Telltale folding. They invested in games that would totally have not been a thing otherwise. They would never have made a modern Back to the Future game otherwise. Doctor Who is amazing. Oh yeah, it's a great show. Everybody used to tell me to watch it, and for the longest time I wouldn't. And then I was coming off a bad breakup a few years back, and then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna check this show out, Doctor Who. And it really helped. Telltale Games went out of business, so there's not going to be any more Walking Dead Telltale games or Game of Thrones. There won't be another Wolf Among Us. Tales from the Borderlands. I loved Tales from the Borderlands. That one was so good. Yeah, it's terrible. I was so sad about that. It really broke my heart. I just got an invite from 80 Slasher. Guess I'll accept that. Better to play with people I know. But yeah, I was so sad about it. Because, you know, I don't even know if there's going to be any more episodes of the final season of the Walking Dead Telltale game. I think it's pretty unsure whether or not that's even going to be finished. But there definitely won't be any more after that, and there won't be any new games from Telltale otherwise. They're all the people that used to work for it are moving to new companies and stuff. They really went out of business. It's because they kept making so many Telltale games instead of focusing on like quality for each franchise. They're like, let's make a Batman game. Let's make a, you know, this game, that game. Which, you know, I thought that was cool. I always thought that was super cool about them. But that's also what led to their demise because they weren't profiting enough off of the games that they made because they didn't put enough work into making them long enough for. In some cases, you know, like Game of Thrones, they got horrible ratings, even though I loved Game of Thrones' Telltale game. I mean, maybe it's just because I love Game of Thrones, but I thought the Telltale game was really good. It was super dark. I mean, you kept waiting for something good to happen to somebody, like always, like horrible stuff. It was like, wow. But it was a really good game. I was sad about that. All of those Telltale games were awesome, so I'm gonna miss them. I was curious what other franchises they would dip into down the line, you know? I wanted to see. Like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Telltale game. You know, that would be awesome. You know, there were so many different franchises they could have tapped into. It would have been cool if they made, like, even a Power Rangers game, you know, like, incorporated beat-em-up elements so that it wasn't just a, you know, storytelling game. They could have mixed the two. That would have been cool. You know, I've done the same thing with the Turtles game that I was suggesting. Yeah, I grew up with the Power Rangers. I haven't watched it since I was a kid, but I totally grew up with the Power Rangers. Well, I can't say I didn't watch it since I was a kid. I also watched when they had that marathon recently on Twitch. For nostalgia. Kimberly. I always had a huge crush on Trini as a kid. Like, Trini was the one that I was totally crushing on. I was so sad when she died. She passed away in a car wreck.
Was that real? This can't be real.
Like, I had the little Yellow Ranger holographic watch that they had. They sold it at, like, one of those fast food places where you could get all the different ones. I was like, oh my god, I gotta get the Yellow Ranger one. So I just kept eating there until I got that one. I love that one. I love the Yellow Ranger. She was such a badass. You got to see the second Yellow Ranger, Jason, Kimberly, and Tommy at Comic-Con Rhode Island. And you have the Pink Ranger pop figure. Awesome. Yeah, I collect Funko Pops too. I've got the Pirates of the Caribbean Funko Pop, Captain Picard, Freddy, the Fallout guy, the Governor from The Walking Dead, RoboCop, Mega Man. Of course, I've got Jason Voorhees. I mean, come on, you know I've got Jason Voorhees Funko Pop. The one I've got, his face mask glows in the dark. I didn't mean to go in there. But yeah, those are the Funko Pops that I have. And of course, yeah, like of course I have RoboCop. RoboCop, Freddy, and Jason are favorites. Like, not only Funko Pops, but favorite movies in general. All that stuff. And yes, the Governor from The Walking Dead. You know, I was a big fan of the Governor. I thought it was a really good character. It was super evil, but it was a really good character. It was pulled off really well. So that's why I've got the Governor Funko Pop. I've also got the Governor NECA figure. I've got a ton of Walking Dead NECA figures. And other, wait, the Walking Dead ones are made by someone else, aren't they? Whoever makes the Walking Dead figures. Like, I know NECA makes the Jason one, that I have one of the Jason ones that NECA makes. I have the Breaking Bad Heisenberg figure. Hey, Crusher McCoy, hope you're having an awesome day, sweetheart. I'm sorry, I rambled so much. I am so sorry. I rambled so much that I was like, I gotta get to saying hey, and that's like at the back of my brain somehow I forgot. It's like, wait a second, you gotta say hey. Like, you got Brienne of Tarth, Prince Oberon, the Hound, Daryl Dixon, David Tennant as Doctor Who, Tyrion, and Fry from Futurama. You've got Fry from Futurama. That is awesome. That is super awesome. I love Futurama. Oh my god, I love Futurama. That helped me through some really hard times. That was another thing that after that one aforementioned breakup from a few years back, I would just sit there and watch Doctor Who and Futurama. It really cheered me up. I'm a busy girl. I'm never too busy to say hi to you, sweetheart. I just ramble sometimes. I ramble on and on and on. I do it too long for sometimes. I'll see like a viewer leave and I'll be like, oh gosh, guess I talk too much. Ironically, I used to get viewers leaving when I didn't talk enough because I've used the keyboard to talk when I first started streaming. You're streaming and you're currently watching mine. Oh, that's awesome. I used to try to multitask streaming and watching other streams too, but it was really hard for me to do.
I hope I'm doing this right.
Well, mostly because the person that I was trying to multitask wanted me to moderate their stream while I was doing my own. They got super upset because I wasn't moderating their stream because I was busy with my own. It was like, oh.
Okay, all set. Time to
I
get out
totally
of
apologized for it afterward.
here. All set. Time to get out of here.
I was like, come on, I can't, you know, moderate yours and my own chat. Friend of mine on Mixer. Was anybody I know on Twitch.
Fix it. I'm out of here.
That was fun. And now we just drive off. Thanks, melee attack. That was close. He almost got in front of the car there. Which way are they going? I guess this way works too. It's just a long way. That was fine. Bob's Burgers? I never gave it a shot. I probably would like it. I like all the Fox shows like that. American Dad, Family Guy, like I mentioned Futurama. Yeah, I generally like all those Fox shows. So I probably would. Fox cartoons, I mean. And I also liked a few other shows I forgot to mention, like freaking Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Robot Chicken. I was gonna say a few Adult Swim shows as well. Like Aqua Teen Hunger Force was my show. that was like my show back in the day. Trying not to cuss on my stream. Almost said a different word there that begins with SH. Aqua Teen, yeah, absolutely. Like Meatwad is so cute. I love Meatwad. It's adorable. The Master Shake is so hilarious. It's just so cynical all the time. Oh, of course I missed you, Crusher McCoy. They were saying it was smooth that Jason, he stopped the car, I got out, I shot him with the flare gun, I got back in the car, the person had the car restarted by that point, and we just drove away. And that happened all very smoothly. Sadly, that match ended very abruptly. You call some of the kids you work with meatwads? Interesting. If only it was that easy for the actual campers. I know, right? Small, fat, and cuties. That's funny. What's weird is I'm not a really good artist, but I can draw like Frylock and I can draw Master Shake. But for some reason, Meatwad, who's basically just like a round ball of meat with two arms, whenever I try to draw Meatwad, it doesn't come out right. I don't know why. It just never comes out perfect. I can do Frylock and Master Shake perfect, but I can never draw Meatwad very good. Of course, I'm not a good artist to begin with, otherwise I'd have my own sub-emote right now. I've got slots for 2 sub-emotes, and I've got to get someone to make that. I'm going to hire someone to do that. I already know what I want, concept-wise. I want an angel emote, and for the wings, I want a little trans flag. I think that'd be super cool. Like, I want the wings to have the blue, pink, and white trans flag colors. In addition to that, for the second emote, I want to try to make something Friday the 13th related. Because I've seen a few streamers do that, like that cute Deborah emote. I see with the Deborah bunny ears every now and then.
What in the fuck is happening?
Sorry for standing still. You're super tired. You're at work today. Aw, I'm so sorry to hear that, sweetheart. I hope you didn't burn yourself today. Your job sounds super painful. Deja vu. Last match I was going out here to set a trap, and my character bounced just like that at the window. You're good today. Sometimes it can be. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Because getting burned every day sounds so painful. I would not want that. I would not want a job like that. But I would totally want, like, the results of your job. I would totally like to eat all the different food you prepare. And I'm totally looking into making those Yorkshire pudding things. I was looking into that. Haven't made them yet. I'm definitely gonna make those. They look super cute. I still remember what you said about the baking soda to help them rise. I do have a good memory for some things. I can remember recipes and stuff like that pretty good. So I'm a pretty good cook. Can't wait till I can cook meals for my girl Lexi. They're divine here in the UK. Oh, that sounds great. I see pictures of them and they do look super good. I saw the pictures and I was looking up the recipe. I was like, wow. These things look really, really good. I heard it sound like somebody dying, but nobody's dead. I guess somebody was just having trouble in the bathroom or something. Because, you know, the sounds they make in this game could be either or. Sometimes it sounds like they're going to the bathroom, sometimes it sounds like they're throwing up, sometimes it sounds like they're having a freaking orgasm. Like, seriously, if that's what it sounds like when you're dying, then wow. I hope it didn't happen all three at once. You're going to the bathroom, throwing up, and having an orgasm, because that would be a weird combination. There goes the PG stream, by the way. I try to keep my stream PG. I could just say, you know, having a and, you know, your eyes roll in the back of your head, you know. It had to be specific. Gotta be a little specific. Sometimes.
Copy on therapy. Channel 497.
Coffee aromatherapy. Oh, they killed Tommy Chong. It's always sad to see. Is everybody in there? Most people are trolling Jason over here. But why do that when cops are already called? Might as well just dance. This is another one of those maps where it's insanely obvious where it should have. In fact, even more so than most maps. But there are still two places it can spawn in. It's not just the island. It can alternatively be in the northwest area, near the graveyard. But it's usually the island, in my experience. It's more often the island than it's not. We don't have Tommy in the match, so no reason to go down there and try to get the sweater, I guess. I could. The cops have been called. Can always escape this way. I do prefer to kill Jason. Higgins has a shack spawn point in the middle of the map. I really wish I hadn't eaten Skittles that day. I've got this blister on my tongue and it hasn't gone away and it hurts so bad. And yes, I realized that rhymed. I wasn't trying to. Whoa, what happened there? What the fudge? Did you see that lag? He was just like lagging towards me all the time. That was weird. Who's Jason? Okay, it's nobody I know. I'm starting to think it was. Guess this Jason actually seems like they know what they're doing. Trying to get them to whiff a grunt is a little tricky. I've had him do it a couple times there, but not close enough that I could quickly retaliate. I need a little closer. There we go. Right there's good. I don't have my swift attacker equipped right now though, so I don't want to overdo it. Sour Skittles? No. I wish, actually. Would have been more worth it. I get my tongue cut by really any kind of Skittle, just that weird hard shell they have. A weird little shell. Which cuts my tongue up really bad. Yeah. And it hurts if it's on a spot of your tongue that keeps bumping up against your tooth or something. Because then you just keep hurting it again and again and again. It's like, oh, this first spot on my tongue, it just keeps hurting again and again. That's why I think Skittles need to have a Surgeon General's warning. That warns you that it can put a blister on your tongue that just scrapes against your tooth and really ruins your day. If it's in the back of your tongue and scraping against your molar, oh gosh, that hurts. Gotta fight through the pain, right? Wonder which side it'll be. Hopefully this left side, less of a walk. The second here, yeah, I'm just gonna go out there and stand on the left side. Whichever side it's going to be, Jason's going to quickly morph over there, and I don't have a pocket knife, so better to bet on one side in that particular kind of a case. We've had a pocket knife before to just either or. Still run around him with the stamina. Yep, there we go. At the 10-minute-and-a-half mark, yeah, here we go. See, like I said, I do set a timer for every match. So that I can keep track of exactly. Granted, right now you can see it, but when you're still in the actual match, you can't see the time, and I like to be able to see the time now. Slasher's playing as Shelly. He must have got randomly kicked as it because of a bug. I can't see Slasher playing as Shelly. He always usually plays Victoria. Like I usually do. Used to be. That's an interesting word. Used to usually do is what my brain was. I still usually play as Victoria a lot of the time, but I'm having a lot of fun with Tiffany. Tiffany's a good character. She's just the right mix of stealth and speed, and only downside, of course, is weapons break faster. She doesn't have as good luck as Victoria. What's going on there? What? Wait a second. Okay, I guess Jason just didn't see them. I'm hoping that's the case. You're doing counselor rotation. Next up is Chad. Interesting. I'm sure Chad was fun talking to play as because of the 10 luck. I can't remember if I've ever played as Chad. Like, ever. In the 830 hours I played this. I don't think I've ever played as Chad. I might have randomly one time when it was shuffled. But like I said, I just don't like playing as male characters, so I never have. But Chad does have that awesome luck. Right? Well, even though he has low composure, the luck means that he's less likely to stumble, but the low composure means he's still more likely to stumble. The luck has its own effect on composure. And it also, you know, again, means that his bat doesn't break as quickly, which is awesome. Look at that long-range healing action. It looks so cool the way they just disappear into the fog, you know? They go into the Silent Hill realm. They escape Jason, only to wind up in Silent Hill. That's my canon, and I'm sticking to it. Another one disappears into the fog.
You've done your job well, and Mommy is pleased. Come home, sweetie.
pushed it too fast at one point there. The game thought that I still had the max perks even though I just loaded. Part 4. One of my lesser favorite Jasons to go against. Part 4 can be pretty good, but at the same time, he doesn't have a good ship, so... He's also trollable.
Oh god. What am I gonna do?
But otherwise, he's pretty good because of the extra damage he does to doors, breaks them down in like no time. But otherwise, not a big fan of part 4. Part 2 always. Love part 2. Hate going against part 2 for that matter. So part 4, hate going against it too for that matter. They're both pretty good. 3's easy, 5, you know. Actually, Roy's actually pretty decent. Part 6 is pretty easy to troll, even though he's got a better shift. Most of the time, people don't use it well enough to actually make part 6 formidable. Part 7 was really bad to start with, and then they changed the stats just a little. And an update. Guess I'll change my outfit then. I'm just gonna be waiting here. Change things up a little bit. Hey, Pekanak Small again. How familiar. Deja vu. It's basically the last match, which ended abruptly. It's a good map, though. Used to not like Pekanak Small, but it's really grown on me. There's just a few houses that are still kind of annoying to check because they rarely have anything good. One of them, though, almost always has like a, hey, thank you so much for the host, Crusher McCoy 3. One of them always has a first aid kit, a first aid spray, and a baseball bat or machete. And sometimes a battery. That's super appreciated, Crusher McCoy. Super awesome.
I have to do something. I have to escape.
Hey, there's my dog. I totally want one of these gramophone players that just winds up like that. Alright, I'm gonna try to do a proper shout out for that host. Hold on. Do a proper shout out. Shout out to streamer. I'll just type this in real quick. There we go. Give you a proper shout out there for that host. You're very welcome, sweetheart. I always make sure to shout out my hosts. When I first started on here, the first time that I got a host, I forgot to. It was like, why? How could I forget to? I've been on Twitch since 2008. Like, even though I've only been streaming this year, I've been on Twitch forever. If you can see if I type this in. So I have been on Twitch for a long time before I started streaming. So I know better than to like forget to shout out a host. But when I first started off, yeah, I totally did. I'm a legend. Oh, that's so sweet of you to say. But yeah, for the longest time I was afraid of streaming. I wanted to, but I was just so shy and didn't know how I could handle trolls and I don't know. Nowadays, I don't worry about that. That's so sweet of you to say I'm a legend. I wish I had been streaming for that 10 years. I'd have a lot more followers, for sure. I wanted to for that whole 10 years. Every time I would watch other people stream, I totally wanted to. It like drove me crazy. But I was just so afraid of social situations. Like I would type out posts in forums, long posts, you know, replies, and then I would just like slowly delete it little by little because I was worried that, you know, somebody'd make fun of me or just wouldn't like me or just I don't know. I had such bad social anxiety, which is so weird to talk about because nowadays I don't. I have the exact opposite. I love social situations, which is really weird to say because before I was totally panicking. I got panic attacks, like literal panic attacks. Oh my god, I just want to try to close that door. I should have got a panic attack right there. Right? Like I had the animation for closing the door before I rotated it and saw it. It was bad. You saw it. I was closing it, then I rotated the camera and it was just... There he was. I'm a legend now. Oh, that's so sweet of you to say. But yeah, even though I've been around since, like I said, 2008, I didn't, like, even try streaming until this year. Like, I didn't even attempt it, because I was just so afraid of trolls and, you know, the swatters and all that stuff. And then one day I just decided that, you know, you gotta face your fears. Especially if it's something you really want. And I always wanted to do this just because I like doing this. I like talking to people. I like hanging out, playing a game. It's fun. It's something I always wanted back then, but I just did YouTube instead. No commentary. I did no commentary videos. That way nobody can make fun of my voice.
got it.
Nobody could, you know, nothing. I'll just upload those no commentary YouTube videos. Which is why I still have a capture card, because I was using that just for local recordings, even though I don't use that capture card because I'm using the Xbox to broadcast. And because, you know, my PC isn't powerful enough, otherwise I totally would, because then I could have on-screen overlays and all that fancy stuff. Have a nice little bit cap, that'd be awesome. Oh, that's sweet of you to say. There was a point though when I first started using my voice when I noticed that there were less people coming in. Just because like half of the people that were coming in at one time didn't even realize, because I didn't mention it on my profile or anything, that I'm trans, so. And then when they started finding out, there were the assholes that just stopped coming. And so I started putting people in there regularly, down to having like 12 or 10 people. But it went back up. I get 18 people again nowadays. You know, I get 18, 20. You know, it's just, for a while there, I was in a little hole. Where a lot of the assholes were leaving. Which was fine. I didn't want them on my stream anyway. Anybody that has a problem with me, I don't want on my stream. And of course, the day I started using my voice was because of the fact that someone had a problem with me. It was a viewer that wanted to play with me, and when he heard my voice, I decided that he didn't want to play with me because I decided to send him a party invite. And I thought, hey, it'd be cool to talk with one of my viewers verbally. And as soon as he heard my voice, he literally cut his Xbox off. And I was like, wow, that's pretty fucked up. And I thought, you know what? Anybody that has a problem with me as a trans female, I don't want them on my stream, so screw them. That's when I started using my voice. Sorry, I needed to outlaw that, my auto mod. I don't know why my auto mod did that. It's not like you said F me, you said F them. You know, the auto mod needs to be fixed there. And at one time, because I was so shy, I thought about doing YouTube videos with like canned commentary, and I was like, what? Like, what am I gonna be replying to? I mean, I guess you could just sit there and talk to yourself the whole time. There are people that do that, but you know, to just talk about nothing, you know, not replying to anybody, just having to constantly just make up stuff to talk about would be really bad. So that's why all my old YouTube videos are all no commentary. Aside from the fact that, you know, I was worried about people making fun of my voice. As for YouTube, I started uploading gameplay videos to there, I think 2012 it was. That wasn't until a little later I started really regularly doing it. Back then I started off just like recording weird stuff like Facebook games and just random things that I thought, you know what, nobody else has uploaded a video of this, so I would use a screen recorder and capture them. Oh, that's so sweet of you to say. You wish you were half as good as me at this. Oh. That is so, so sweet of you to say, Luke. There are certainly days when I don't have as many viewers, and I'm totally down, and hearing things like that really picks me up. Usually Saturdays for some reason. Like Fridays, I'll have like 18 or 20 people. Saturdays, I think it's because of football, and I think they have Fortnite tournaments and stuff. I'll be lucky to have like 3 people on Saturdays at a given time. I mean, I don't mean like all together. I just mean, the actual max number of people at a given time at the all together. Like, yeah. The number that it reaches when it gets to a peak, I mean, is basically what I'm saying. I can't keep track of exactly how many unique people come in during the stream. That would be insane. I mean, Twitch does. It's on the statistics screen, but I couldn't keep track of it off the top of my head, of course. But when I am having, like, a less than good day and, everybody's kind of busy because it's a Saturday or whatever. But like I said, Fridays and Sundays are good, and Mondays are good, and Saturdays are not good for me sometimes. I don't know why, usually. But even when I'm not, though, having a good day like that, I always think to myself, you know what, I'm going to upload this to YouTube eventually, too. So even if I don't have many viewers, at least people can always check it out on my YouTube later on. And that can be found at... And yes, I hate the fact that it has my old username on there. I really need to get that changed. It won't let me change my username right now on YouTube. I literally chose to remove the old custom URL, and they won't let me create a new custom URL. That's really frustrating. So that's why it still has my old name on there. My old username, that is. Which you might remember seeing me at the top of some leaderboards back in the day.
Hello?
If you remember seeing
Hello?
Turn 180 at the top of the
God,
leaderboard
help
too.
us!
That's,
Jason's real! Please help us! Jason's alive!
The
Please!
leaderboard is 2 or 7. Because back then that was the thing. I just always wanted to try to just climb to the top of every leaderboard. I sit there just playing certain games for a really long time till I got to that top. And then eventually some asshole would hack the game and then beat my spot. It's like, no, I got that legit. Some guy hacked it and I lost my spot, But there were some games that never got hacked, like Sam & Max, Penny Arcade. And for those games, and Mortal Kombat Deception, for those games being at the top of the leaderboard, it was really fun, because you never had to worry about assholes taking your spot by cheating. They're the little 99999 scores. But back then, that was just something I liked doing, getting to the #1 spot on leaderboards. Nowadays, I don't worry about it, because every console has its own leaderboard, like, right? Because PC has one, Xbox has one, PlayStation has one. So if I was really going to be obsessive about leaderboards, I'd have to get into speedrunning. And I'm not into speedrunning, so... At least not yet. I did speedrun offline bots on here for a little while. My best time was 3:31. 3 minutes and 31 seconds to kill all the counselors. Which is roughly like a half a minute per counselor. What? I was running at full speed and getting grabbed. That's why I hate shift grabs. But that was on Pekanak Small playing as Part 4. And I got the 3:31 time on offline bots. But like I said, I usually don't speedrun stuff, because speedrunning is frustrating. With that, it's really just, there's really no tech to remember. There's no having to play, well, you are technically playing the same game over and over again, but you're getting XP for it. And so that was the whole reason I started timing it. Was like, hey, if I'm going to be grinding offline bots and there's double XP weekends and stuff, I start timing it. I can see how quickly I can kill all those bots. It makes it more fun. And yeah, there was a time that I played a lot of offline bots. Like I said, I used to be pretty shy. I used to only play this game online when I had other friends online that were playing it. That way I didn't have to deal with as many stressful people. if I did have to deal with stressful people, I could say, hey, I got a friend in here who'll back me up. They won't be a jerk. But you did Tomb Raider, you love those games? Those games are awesome, for sure. I was looking at the chat and just like looking into a bush. It was unprofessional of me. But yeah, Tomb Raider... I love the classic ones. The modern ones are really good too. The classic ones will always have a special place in my heart. Even though they were like confusing as hell trying to figure out where you need to go half the time. Like Tomb Raider 2 had some really good puzzles. Like trying to figure out where to go in Tomb Raider 2 half the time was insane. Nowadays, you know, I guess they still have some good puzzles on the modern Tomb Raiders if you set the difficulty up high enough. But still, you don't get nearly as much as the old ones. I want something I can just keep repeatedly stunning him with, but at the same time, a wrench versus a gun. I want a bat or an axe. It's funny, this little stop sign in the middle of nowhere. So no objectives have been completed. We've got gas, we've got a battery. Oh, you're gonna close the window on me. Hey, Troy Backer 123. Hope you're having an awesome day, sweetheart. And if you're not, I hope it gets a little more awesome soon. Normally as Tommy I would try to kill Jason, but I can't coordinate with anybody in the match right now because I'm not talking to anybody in the match. I'm not using in-game chat. Of course I can always just go up to somebody and blink my light. I still want to go ahead and install this gas. I'll use it in the car since there's already a battery too. First Jason is over there. It'd make noise to swim, but might actually get around him that way, considering where he's at. Ha, I gotta decide on this one. To swim or not to swim, that is the question. It's always a risky move, because it makes huge noise flaps. Oh, of course it's trapped. And the gas is trapped too. Let's drop this.
Oh God!
Sorry, Jason, your grab cannot be completed as dialed. You need to get my stamina back up though. Whoops. Sorry, Jason, that can be completed as dialed either. Thank you so much for the follow, Garrett Louie. Hope you're having an awesome day, sweetheart. And if you're not, I hope it gets a little more awesome soon. Was she suggesting that I teabag? Was she saying, why didn't you teabag? She was walking over there like to say, teabag. You should be teabagging. You should have just letting me know.
Please, no! You want some more?
I guess it's mandatory, but I don't know. It is technically toxic behavior. I still think it just looks funny, just for anybody to be teabagging Jason. That's really the only reason I do it in this game. Like, I don't do it in any other game nowadays. I used to do it in shooter games when I was like a teenager. I was like 18 or 19 on like other game. Oh, I should have saved that person. It was too far away. But hey, an extra bat. Oh, fudge. Who put all these traps here? Who the fudge actually put traps there? Good thing I have thick skin.
Come on,
Oh yeah, perks like
Megahead.
thick skin do carry over to Tommy. As you can tell. I mean, I don't have to point that out now, do I? Certain perks don't carry over to Tommy, but some do. I apologize for the cough. I usually mute my mic when I cough. I hate shift grabs. Like, how is that supposed to be avoided right there? You can zigzag, which, you know, kind of helps, but that one's just completely out of nowhere. And stock shift grabs, which that wasn't, but the stock shift grab is even worse. Like, if you get shift grabbed out of nowhere, you don't even hear Jason's music, just boom, gone, that really sucks. But I highly recommend using it when you are Jason. Stock shift grabs are a great strategy when you are playing Jason, for sure. This person's hiding. This is probably the same person who set the traps in front of the freaking barn. Like, really? The only people they're gonna hit with those traps are other counselors. Jason will just shift over them. What to do with those extra traps? The fun thing to do is just to use them at the cabins and make sure that you got one on the inside of the door and one on the outside of the door. So Jason steps in one before he breaks down the door and steps in it again right after he breaks it down. That's the fun thing to do with those extra traps that you see there in the barn. That's what I recommend, in my opinion. That's a good way to go about it.
Come to mommy, Jason. Come to mommy.
And of course, Jasons would rarely expect that either. The first trap they can't avoid because they have to step in it to break down the door when you put it outside the door. The second one, they just wouldn't even think that there's another one. Instead of say break down the door, just step right in it. Ironically, you can actually get his, I don't know, it's not ironic. Let me think about it. I'm trying to think of the word I'm trying to go for here. Stupidly? You can knock his mask off with a trap, is what I'm going to say. It doesn't make sense, let's just put it that way. He steps in a trap, mask comes off. It can happen. Of course, for all those various, you know, knock his mask off this way, knock his mask off that way, there's an achievement for doing it so many different ways. You know, using a machete and smacking it a few times to begin with is always a good thing. Just to get it loosened up a little bit. Because the other things aren't going to knock it off as easy, so you definitely want to get loosened up a little bit with a weapon that's made for knocking it off before you use a non-traditional weapon the rest of the way. Like shooting his mask off with a gun. That's funny when that happens. That's something that totally never happened in the movies, but pretty cinematic. The machete is. The machete totally was used to knock his mask off in part 4. That's like a cannon mask knockoff weapon right there. We waited all that time, and now we're short 2 people. Oh. It's a shame. That's okay, though. The one advantage to having less counselors in a match is that you have more houses to check. The more counselors there are, like after the first 5 minutes of the match, like pretty much all the houses have been checked. And you're just basically just rechecking houses that other counselors have already checked. At least on small maps, anyway. About the first 5 minutes. But when there's less counselors, you know, you're always checking a new house for the most part early on, and makes it more interesting. And sometimes can be better, you know, when it comes to some counselors actually hoard keys and stuff, which is terrible. Like when they have 2 keys, you see somebody get killed, just 2 keys fall off their body. Like, how are they planning on using 2 keys? Are they going to escape, come back, escape again? But yeah, I never understood that. I've seen it happen a couple times where they're holding onto both keys. I guess they're working with Jason in some of those cases. And others, I just don't know if they know what they're doing. It's like, oh yeah, I got 2 keys. It's a waste of inventory space too, because you only need 1. Oh my god! What am I looking at? Guys, what the That was frightening, guys. Okay, that's the scariest Jason I've seen so far.
No, this is
Out of all the
not
mutated
happening.
Jasons in this game that pop up because the game glitches out, I don't know what I was just like. Was his mask even on the right side up? I don't even know. Somebody left. They're just like, I'm done. They're like, I'm done. I'm not playing against that Jason. He's too freaking scary. Holy crap. And it shows me as Victoria. Hey, I like Day Victoria though. She's one of my favorites, but I totally didn't have her picked. So Jason glitched out. I got picked as the wrong counselor. Everything's glitching out this match, but he looked so weird. Oh my gosh. I wish I'd taken a screenshot. So I would have loved to have posted to the official Friday the 13th Club on Xbox. I usually don't like to take screenshots because it makes the game lag when you open the Xbox menu and you're using the Xbox to stream. And that would mess up the stream. I don't want that to happen. It would make things kind of pause for a second. I could always take a clip off of my stream later, take a screenshot off of there and post it somewhere, because that is insane. That is insane. Jason looks really creepy this match. I've seen some warped Jasons. This is... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He's got a mustache. What? What? Jason has a mustache. Oh my god, it's like he's got a little frowny face on him. I can't do this, guys. I can't do this. Oh. It's like he's got a little frowny face. What? What's going on? I can't... Is this Rorschach or Jason? What is going on? This is so funny. My gosh, I can't even concentrate. He just looks so hilarious. I can't concentrate this match. Does he even have a... What's going on the side of his face? What is going on? It's upside down, right? His mask is upside down. I just can't do it. I don't care that I died. His mask is upside down. like I picked as the wrong counselor anyways. I wasn't game planning for being Victoria that round, so I just didn't have the mood for being Victoria. I didn't even have her perks set up. Well, because I changed one of them since then. I got a better version. It was my Swift attacker. It's so funny, oh my gosh. This mask is completely upside down. Tell, like, oh my god, this mask just looks so hilarious. Oh my gosh. I took a couple screenshots just that. Oh gosh. To post to the Friday Club. That is so funny. I mean, I've seen some glitched out looking Jasons, but this one, it takes the cake. One time I saw one, it looked like he had a headband on, which was adorable. I think it had this little mark around the top of his head. Hey, Nivord. Hope you're having an awesome day, sweetheart. And if you're not, I hope it gets a little more awesome soon. Look at this. Look at this Jason's mask. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. It's so glitched out. It's so glitched out.
Damn it, no!
Ah! Oh my god! What happened?
Hold on, I'm trying to reply to that. There we go. I had to use Google Translate there, and I always
Come to
translate back
mommy.
and forth to make sure I get a quality
Come to
translation.
mommy.
It takes me a second. And for those who are wondering, they asked if I'm here, and I explained to them that yes, I'm here. My voice just kind of sucks. And, I explained to them that I'm trans because they might not get that because they asked if I'm here. And because I think my voice threw them off. Yeah, I hate my voice too. It's not perfect. And I think they left immediately afterward, which happens. Here we go. Finally. What's wrong, melee attack? You alright, sweetheart?
No, 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 no. This is not happening.
Let's see if the gas is in here. Oh, that's right, it still got me as Victoria. What the fudge? I have myself set as Tiffany. I don't know why it's doing this. I mean, I like Victoria. She's one of my favorites. But... totally wasn't game planning to play as her this round. Ugh, was not wanting to play as Victoria. I'm gonna install this gas in protest of being Victoria. Oops, foul. Made a lot of noise.
There. Got it.
I did not want to be Victoria. I mean, I like Victoria. I just don't have her perks set up properly right now. I got a better version of a few of them since then. I know at least one of them anyways. Oh, there goes Jason. Well. I'm set as Tiffany. Totally set as Tiffany, but just in case, let's make sure that I've got perks set up right for everybody here. Yeah, for her I still got the spatial awareness. I don't want to do that. I like switch attacker. Just in case the game randomly spawns me as any of these characters, I gotta be prepared. Because it does like to randomly spawn me as the wrong character.
I gotta get out of here. Now.
Yeah, you know what, Fudge, I'll grab this stupid walkie-talkie just so that I can automatically close any drawer that has it in the future. Oh, I apologize. I didn't say door there at first. I think it'd be good to do that just for that reason. Is Tommy in the match? Tommy is not in the match, so using an axe or a machete really kind of feels pointless, but I'll do it anyway. If I find a bat, I'm totally gonna replace it with that, though. Yeah, all these houses have definitely been checked. Everybody's down there in the south checking those out. Cover my stamina for a second. Someone installed the battery. That must be what got Jason's attention. They must have made some noise. He was just by here. They've all been checked. Somebody just hiding right there at the north part of the map. Like, I'll stand over here. Either that or Tommy spawned and doesn't realize that he spawned. One or the other. Because Tommy is in the game. And here's where there's always a second axe. So between these two and the one in his shack, there's just plenty of axes. We're getting his mask off. But... oh, Tommy's moving now. Well, that's good. If he knows what he's doing, we can totally try to kill him. If he doesn't, then it's not a good idea. There's totally gas and a battery. All just laying around. I'm not a repair character, so... one time I wish I was AJ. It does happen. Yeah, there's moments where you miss being a repair character.
Oh, God! Fuck you! No! No!
Gosh, what happened to my laptop? Oh great, it's overheating. No, my laptop's overheating. I have to keep track of chat through my phone. I looked over and all of a sudden everything's dark. I apologize to anybody who said anything just now. Because I can't look at my chat right now. I'll see it in my chat logs later. And laptop's overheating. So yeah, I'm gonna bring up my chat on my phone. There we go. So I can keep track of you guys on the phone. I apologize so much for that. If you said anything in that time, I apologize for missing it. In that little window there, that 2-minute window when my laptop just overheated.
Oh! Oh, fuck! Who is that? My god, I can't look!
So yeah, my laptop will be coming back on after it finishes cooling down. I always just let it cool off when it overheats like that. It's an ancient laptop. And then the bot functions will be available again because my bot, one of my bots anyways, won't be available. MooBot will still work, but my other bot requires my PC to be on. My Zipper the cat bot, the one that tracks halos. So yeah, that one. I'll have to let cool off for a second before that bot can come back online.
Oh my god! What happened?
This laptop is scorching hot. Yeah, it just totally overheated and shut off on its own. Obviously, I'm streaming to the Xbox, otherwise the whole stream would be down. That's why it's not a complete game ender there. I can always keep track of chat through my phone here.
Oh my god! What happened?
You've done your job well, and Mommy is pleased. Come home, sweetie.
Still can't get over that hilarious Jason a few matches ago. That was really hilarious. His mask was upside down. Well, if we're gonna be waiting, go ahead and roll a perk and change an outfit. That's a cute color. Go with that this round. It's always super annoying when they mash that. I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. My cute green
do
outfit.
something.
I like
I have to
it.
escape.
I don't think I've ever used this color on Tiffany. 830 hours. I don't think I ever bothered. I always like the muffin outfit and the pink outfit. Because I don't play as Tiffany that often. I usually play as Victoria. But Tiffany's an awesome character, so I should play as her more often. I just prefer Victoria's high luck. Makes her a better troll with a bat. Victoria's a good troll character, like Chad. Did not mean to do that. In fact, Victoria and Chad would make good good couple, because, you know, they're both good troll characters. They both have that kind of, like, rich snob thing going on. Victoria's based on a girl that's totally like that in part 7, and then there's Chad, who's obviously like that. So I could totally see Victoria and Chad together as a couple. Yeah, like earlier, Mitch and Deborah, they were a pretty cute couple. Mitch could help Deborah come out of her shell, like in the movie. Where she starts to come out of her shell and use makeup and stuff. Well, Mitch could help her with that. Introduce her to the sticky green. That could help her come out of her shell. I did when I was a teenager. And, who else would I ship together in this game? Guess I won't think about it right now. I think Vanessa and Kenny would make a cute couple. Everybody's to the northeast over here. I'll just go check out what everybody else is doing real quick. Probably trolling Jason. If so, I want to get in on that. I've got a bat here. Some firecrackers. What is that anyway? The hell is that? Oh, they're mallets. They're cute little mallets. Okay. The way that they were stacked together, I just couldn't process it in my mind. You know, these differently colored mallets all hang one on top of the other. Wow. Cheap choke cow. I totally thought Vanessa was gonna have my back there since, you know, she was right there. She ran off as I was swinging the weapon. Oh, she doesn't have a weapon. That's okay, she gets a pass. But if a counselor has a weapon and they don't try to save you when you get grabbed, that really sucks. If they don't have a weapon, that's not their fault, obviously. What's going on over here? Tommy's hair reflecting in the moonlight majestically. Okay, we can't watch this. That's boring. Very boring to just sit there and stare at Tommy's glowing hair. He does turn into Ric Flair when you do this, though. Look at Tommy Jarvis. Ric Flair. Tommy Jarvis. Ric Flair. It's amazing, the transformation, actually. That was really badly timed. We still got him, though. Second time. Managed to get away with that. It's pretty surprising. I guess that hit him. It didn't look like it did, but I guess it did. It looked like it bounced off and ricocheted and went somewhere else. Poor Vanessa. I wish I was in the match. I love healing people. Hey, Lexi, baby. My sweetheart. My laptop overheated, so I'm having to look at the phone to see these now. So awesome to have you in here. I think my laptop's cool enough for me to restart now. Because I can't see as much stuff on the phone as I can on the laptop. I guess I can kind of mostly see everything. It's just if I accidentally hit like one button, it like clears everything in the chat. It's like, no. As it goes to like a different window. But yeah, I'm restarting my laptop now. I need to anyway, so that my bot can come back online. Thing overheated a second ago. The laptop, not the bot. That'd be cool if the bot was like a physical, tangible thing that could overheat like that. Well, I guess it kind of is, because it's part of this cheap laptop I've had since like forever. I've had this thing since like I first joined Twitch in 2008.
I think I put that on right. Holy shit! It started! Ah!
I love your emote. So cute.
Help!
That one too didn't look like it hit him in the eye the way that it should. But, you know, still stunned him, so what am I to say? In general, though, I try to hit him with the headshot with the flare gun. It's usually that's the only way to get a good stun. I think Shelly's the last one left, yeah.
All done now, Jason. Your job is through. Return to Mommy.
Alright. So distracted with my laptop, I forgot to do the command. Let's do this. Oh, that's right. My bot's down. What am I thinking? The command doesn't work if I don't have a bot. Derp. Right? Like, what am I commanding?